Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? First fall vlog in a coat. First fall vlog in a very cozy coat. How are you guys doing this evening? Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic beginning to your week. Pull my reading glasses out. Time is currently, let's see what the time is. It is currently 6:21 p.m. We're gonna start in this chair tonight. And if it starts getting really, really dark and I am still vlogging, then I will move over to the other chair. But this chair is more comfortable for me because it still glides back and forth. Actually, that chair was the chair that was over here. And then like a screw popped out of it and then it no longer was a glider anymore. A glider and a twister. I don't know what that means, a glider and a twister. So I actually moved this chair over there, and now that's the broken chair. So when I sit over there, it's not like the most comfortable chair in the world. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, it is still 6:21. And let's see what the temperature is outside. It was actually cooler today when I left for my hair appointment, which is why I put on this coat. So I thought that it would still be cold outside and I would need this coat, but it's not as cold as I thought it would be. Okay, the temperature is currently... Ooh, it's 67 and partly cloudy. 67 and partly cloudy. You can't see. 67, partly cloudy. 67. Do you think tomorrow will be 70? Let's see. Tomorrow. Oh, it's supposed to be 80 tomorrow. 80 tomorrow. 80 Wednesday. Partly cloudy. Thursday, 69 and rain. Again, it's like the only day that's going to... Well, no. I guess it's going to rain on Sunday. Oh, Friday, 56 and sunshine. Then 62, 68. Does it get cold next? Oh, yeah. It goes down in the 50s. Every day I read the weather. Do you guys feel like it changes every... Well, I mean, that's kind of like with the weather. It changes every day, right? But like next Monday it's 69. Tuesday 64. Wednesday 60. Thursday 55. Friday 52. Saturday 53. And Sunday 55. And then Monday the 11th 57. God, it seems... Oh, wait, that's 10 days out. Seems crazy to me that that's like already the beginning of November, or like the middle of November almost. Can you believe it's almost the middle of November? Seems crazy. We're coming down to the very last October vlogs over here. I should call this one of the last long vlogs. That's what I'm gonna call it. Somebody commented yesterday on my vlog. I tried to like comment to a lot of the comments last night. Somebody even noticed it. I think it was Stacy. Somebody said, "Oh my God, you're hearting and commenting a lot of the vlogs or a lot of the comments last night." I read all the comments, but very rarely do I go in. So last night I was just kind of like relaxing. I was like, I'm gonna go in here and respond to some of these comments. So, but somebody commented and they said, "I'm loving long in all the titles," because my titles are like, I think last night was a long discussion, and then it's like a long talk, another long talk. Let's have a long talk. Let's talk. Long. All my titles. Long, long, long. All my titles are long. I'm kind of like, I think I responded and I said something. Well, I can actually tell you who it was and what they said. Hold on a second. It's not like I get so many comments on my vlogs. So I think I said something like, I'm running out of titles or something like that. I can't remember what I said. Hold on a second. Let's go in here to the comments. Let's go in here and see if I can find it. Brandy said, "Peter, can you please make merch that says, 'Don't cry'?" I talked about that actually in my drama video today. "I promise you I'd buy a shirt and a tote." Carrie said he gets me every time with that. And then these four walls said yes, and he could design the eye and the tear himself. I have to go, I keep on, like, after I film the videos and I talk about it, I forget to go down in the basement. I have, like, all the, like, the paintings and, like, an area, like, all the, I mean, the paintings I want to get rid of and the paintings I want to keep, I have them all together stacked up, like, leaning up against this chair. And so I need to go down there and look. It's got to be in there. I don't think I ever threw it away, so it's got to be down there. But these four walls said yes, and he could design the eye and the tear himself. A second attempt at conveying sadness. I'd buy one. I'm about to sneeze. Is it pickleball night? Are you gonna win?
No, we already played.
Oh, did you win?
I got one in there.
Did you get pickled?
No.
Okay. Where is the person that commented about? Oh, here it is. Miranda said this. "These very long titles are making me giggle." And I responded and I just said, haha. I thought that Did you win pickleball?
I think I lost all three.
You guys are coming from different ways of going to pickleball.
Yeah. All over.
It's over already. It's only 6:25. What time did it start?
I know. We started at 5:30.
Oh, did you have fun?
Yeah, but since there were 3 of us playing, we got a really good workout.
Oh, good.
So we quit.
Good. When's the last day of pickleball?
Oh, don't know.
Whenever they close the courts down. Well, have a nice evening.
You too.
It's good seeing you. She is one of the sweetest neighbors in the neighborhood. She is, I was talking about her the other day. So she's the reason that my neighbors across the street moved in, because she is friends with her, and they're both like on like a bunch of gardening like committees and stuff like that in Indianapolis. So I guess like they would drive together to stuff. And so my neighbor across the street, she saw this neighborhood and she's like, oh my God, if anything ever comes available, we want to move in here. They used to live in Irvington, which is like this really, really cute neighborhood. It's where they have like the Halloween festival. They like do seances at this church and stuff like that around Halloween. They do a lot of Halloween stuff. It's really cute area town. It's like old houses, old Victorian houses and stuff like that. Well, they lived in Irvington forever. I don't even know why they moved there. I think it's such a cute area, or why they moved from there. It's such a cute area. I think they wanted something that had like maintenance. Because one of his biggest complaints is that like he hates the landscaping here. He's like, I wanted the yard to look so pretty. I mean, they hardly have any yard anyway, because she's like, her garden's taking it over. Oh, I was going to do a garden tour today. And tomorrow I have therapy, so maybe I'll do it on Wednesday. She wasn't really out that much today. Their garage door is still open. If she comes out, I'll ask her if we can do a garden tour tomorrow or Wednesday. Whenever it's convenient for her. But anyway, one of the reasons they moved in here was for like maintenance and things like that, and safety, because they felt like it was really safe in here. So when that condo became available, like they let us all know when a condo goes up. Usually they put like flyers in the mailbox and stuff. I think there were 3 and they're all sold. The 3 that were in here, remember when the people were doing the open house and stuff, but those 3 that were open, they all went up within like a couple days of each other. 2 of them I knew about. The other one I did not know about, I don't think. So I don't know if they put flyers about it, but they usually put the flyers in all the mailboxes to tell people like before it's gonna like, you know, like the day it's listed or something. I don't know how it works, but anyway. Or just like word travels that somebody's moving or whatever. Oh my God, do you know that lady that passed away? So I was talking to somebody about, they said something about her obituary, and they're like, did you know who she, I was like, no, I sat with her. The lady that was 91 or something like that, 91 or 93, and she passed away, and she was the one that I sat next to at the eclipse. And she was like so sweet, okay? I mean, I love that woman, and she was so funny. And she would walk every day, and she'd always ask how Boo Radley was doing and stuff like that. And she just passed away in her sleep one night. So somebody was like, I didn't know all this stuff. One of my neighbors was like, I didn't know all this stuff about her. Did you know anything? I said, all I know is that I sat next to her at the eclipse, and she was telling me all these funny stories. And then after that, whenever she would walk by, she'd always say hi, and she'd ask about Boo Radley. And I'd ask, I mean, I didn't really know anything about her. I mean, if you had asked me, if you had said like instant history, like I would have had no clue. She was like this really prominent judge in Indiana and worked for like the American Civil Liberties Union like for years. And I mean, she was like really, really well known. I did not know any of this about her. Like I went in and I read the obituary and I was like, oh my God. And she didn't lead with any of that, you know? She didn't lead with any of that. She just was like, oh, you know, I can remember when, you know, Hoover was talking about the FBI and all that kind of stuff and whatever. She was so sweet. She was such a neat lady. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so when they moved in, so like a lot of the houses, like people know, like if somebody passes away, obviously they don't, but like if somebody's gonna move, they'll like tell their neighbors like I'm moving, and then like their neighbors are like, oh, well, I have somebody that knows. I know somebody that wants to move in here. Like Caroline wants to move in here eventually, although her husband said he doesn't want to move, so now I guess she doesn't want to. But I've got a couple friends of mine. The one woman that walks around that I say that like I knew her before she moved in the neighborhood, she wanted to move in here for years. I didn't even think she was serious about it. And she ended up finding this condo in here, and then later she was like, I always told you I wanted to move in there and you never tell me when anything was available. And I was like, I didn't think you were serious about wanting to move in here. She was like, yeah, I love the neighborhood. The lakes and the trees are gorgeous and everything. So, you know what I just realized? The landscapers didn't come today. Is today a holiday? I mean, I don't know if that would stop landscapers from coming. But the landscapers didn't come today. That's interesting. I wonder if they changed up their day this week. We didn't get it. We usually, like, they flyer every mailbox about stuff like that. I just noticed that because I was, like, looking at the leaves and the grass, which are actually really pretty. Because once they come and they, like, the grass doesn't even look like it needs to be mowed. But, I think they just closed the garage door. They did close the garage door, so I guess she's not coming out. But anyway, I had coffee when I went and got my hair cut, and this is the rest of it that I poured into this glass. So, cheers. Tastes good. Very strong. Very strong. I got an extra shot of espresso in it. So, that was at noon today. It's now almost 6:30. Well, it's probably past that now. 6:31, and I'm still drinking it. So anyway, when they were wanting to move in here, that's how they found the condo, was through the woman that just walked by. She's really, really sweet. So when I had pancreatitis last year, and I think that was when it was, and the walkway needed to be done, she was the one that helped my neighbor across the street weed the entire walkway. It was so nice. That woman is so one of the nicest people I've ever met. I mean, genuinely nice. When you meet somebody, it's like, you're like, I bet they have never said a nasty word about anybody in their entire life. You know, like one of those kind of people. I don't claim to be one of those people, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't think they've ever, like, gossiped, said a mean word about anybody, probably don't even cuss. You know what I mean? Like, she's like that. She's, like, super sweet and super nice. So anyway, pickleball. So yeah, got up today, got Boo Radley settled. He was still asleep when I left today. And Alex gave him his medicine at 6 o'clock this morning. Last night was a rough night. I mean, I'm like right now working on about 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I don't even really feel that tired. Like, Alex came home. We were supposed to go to his mom's house for dinner tonight. We were gonna actually take Boo Radley with us. And so he had to go pick up Boo Radley's trazodone on the way home because they had it compounded. And so it took, you know, like, he had to go pick it up. And so anyway, he went and picked up his trazodone, and then he was coming home, and then I was going to vlog for, like, I was going to do like a half an hour vlog, and then we were going to go over to his mom's house and take Boo Radley over there. And Alex had said, because he knew I was exhausted, and he texted me and he said, if you, like, before he left work, he was like, if you don't want to go to my mom's house, he was like, I'll take Boo Radley over there so that you can, like, just, like, finish your vlog and, like, watch some TV shows and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm going to go over to your mom's house with you, whatever, you know? So then when he was, like, leaving when he picked up Boo's medicine, he was leaving, he's like, I'm on my way home. If you need to tie up any videos, he always lets me know, look when he's on his way home. And I had, like, my review video left to do, is all I had to do. And he was like, but I think I'm going to cancel with my mom and do it another night. He was like, because I am, like, exhausted. And he walked through the door, he was so tired. Last night was a rough night. Boo didn't have any seizures or anything like that. The walking is just... I actually talked to somebody else from that forum, and that, like, that had also mentioned, like, you know, in that, anyway. And they were the same way. They were like, yeah, our dog, like, paced, like, nonstop for 2 months, like, when we started on Kepra, and then it just kind of, it settled down. You know, you have to get him in their system, and they have to get used to it and stuff like that. It's just a lot. He walks a lot. And last night, giving him the trazodone and stuff like that, I mean, I'm so thankful that now it's compounded. Like, Alex was just, like, showing me, like, the milligrams and stuff, and, like, so Alex, on the, what do you call it, the syringe thing, he, like, marks it with, like, a Sharpie, so we know exactly how much to give him. And so he's like, I'm marking it, like, twice. Like, this is, like, the lowest dose that we give him, and then if we have to give him extra, this is, like, by extra. Because it has the marks on there, but, like, on the ones that we have to have the marks on there, the other ones, it's like, we have orange ones and we have clear ones. The orange ones, it's like, all the things have, so the clear ones, but they, like, are harder to push in, so we use the orange ones. So he was showing me how to mark them, because he was like, if we have to give him extra. Last night, the poor little guy was so restless. He was so restless. So we started watching, last night we watched Real Housewives of Orange County. We watched 2 episodes of Grotesquerie, which is the weirdest show in the entire world. It's weird because I really like it, but it's so bizarre. When next week is the finale, no, Thursday is the finale, and then I'll do a review after that, or a reaction on my Peter Watches TV channel. It's so bizarre. I mean, I feel like it's, what's his name? Ryan Murphy's commentary on, like, women's rights and things like that, because that kind of came out in this episode a little bit, but I'm so confused about the whole thing. So anyway, I'm hoping that the last one ties it up. A lot of times Ryan Murphy shows, they just don't make any sense at all, and then you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to be confused forever, and I wasted, like, you know, 8 episodes, or I think it's 9 or 10 episodes total. 9 episodes total. So we watched that, and then we watched House of Villains, and then we watched that. So upstairs, we were laying in the bed, and I was, like, holding Boo Radley like a baby, because he relaxes a lot. He'll, like, walk and walk and walk, but if you pick him up and you hold him like a baby, he just is like, And he just like lays there. He loves it. And so sometimes like Alex and I'll just pass him back and forth because he just loves it. I mean, we literally rock him like a baby, okay? And he just loves to be held like a baby. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so comfortable for him. But so we had taken him out and we like tried to run him to like, you know, get a lot of energy out and stuff like that. And he just was not settling down last night. And it makes me a little nervous when he does that because a lot of people have said that like their dogs get very energetic before they have seizures. And so I was like, oh God, is tonight going to be the seizure night, you know? No seizures. He didn't have any seizures. But we were laying in bed, and so we kind of passed him back and forth a little bit, and we were getting ready to start Orange County, and Alex said, do you want to watch it up here, or do you want to watch it downstairs? And I said, well, while we're holding him, let's just, like, watch it, you know, up here. So I laid him on the bed because he fell asleep, and he was literally, like, just, I mean, the little guy was out. He was exhausted. He laid in between us and slept for about a half an hour, and then he got up, and he was ready to go. And so I was like, I put him down on the floor, and he was like walking around and stuff, smelling his bed, and, you know, doing all this kind of stuff. So we took him outside. Alex was like, he was like, do you want to stay up here or do you want? I was like, let's just move downstairs. So we moved downstairs, took him outside, got him some more food. He is eating so much food. It's like crazy. Like he has already today eaten two huge plates of food. And so we cut it all up real fine. That Portland food company is like his favorite. And then I sprinkle some of the other stuff into it. But anyway, I mean, he eats the whole thing. Today he wasn't really that messy. The problem is that we don't know a good place to put the water bowl because he has like a hard time seeing it. And so we try to move the water bowl out, and like keep it like a foot away from the food, because what he does is like if the plate is here, he moves around the food bowl. So when he's moving back here, he like kicks the water bowl and then it like spills everywhere. Oh my God. The things you never think, you know, that you're gonna have to figure out. So we're trying to like figure out the perfect place for the water bowl. And I know this is gonna sound silly, but like the things that make me happy is like today he's like drinking out of the water bowl. And like he's not missing it, he's like drinking right out of the water bowl. A couple nights we had to like feed him out of a plastic, you know, a plastic cup. Like we had to, you guys, I feel like I'm giving like 22 and a half hours a day to taking care of Boo Bradley, like and making sure that his quality is great. His quality of life is fantastic. Like last night, Alex was like, yeah, he seems restless, but he seems happy. Like he did. He seemed good. You know, we took him outside. I mean, so many times last night and whatever. So gave him his trazodone and stuff like that. Well, I'm ready for like the compound because then we'll know that he got the dose instead of like, we've been pilling him with it. Well, sometimes all of a sudden we'll be sitting there and like a pill drops out of his mouth. And so a lot of people have said that. With Pee-Pee it was easy, but he fights so much. And so we didn't really know, like, anyway, so we think that maybe he didn't get the trazodone the first time, and so we gave him a quarter the second time, and he finally started settling down. But that was 2 hours out. It takes 2 hours. So we figured it out. The first time that he slept when we were watching Orange County, that was like at 8 o'clock. I think that was just because he was tired. But then he got up and he was walking again. Well, we gave him the trazodone at like 10 o'clock. Well, at 12:30 he was still like walking. He was like, and usually we can kind of tell because he kind of starts winding down a little bit, and he wasn't doing that. And I was like, I don't think he got that trazodone. And Alex is like, I don't think so either. And so at 1 o'clock we gave him the quarter, which should be enough for him because he's so little. Okay. Between like 12 and literally like 5:30 this morning, he would lay down for half an hour, and then he would be up for half an hour. Down for half an hour, up for half an hour. I feel like every time, somebody said something about getting baby monitors for our bedroom, which is a great idea. We have cameras upstairs, so like, not cameras, but what do you call them? Yeah, like Alex got those things that you can put all over the house and whatever, so we have those in case we're not here, so we can see what's going on with Boo. But I'm not gonna do that while I'm like, I mean, it's dark, except for the night light anyway, so, but when I take my AirPod out, I feel like I'm constantly listening for that, like, the tapping on the floor of him walking. And, like, every time I took my AirPod out last night, he would, like, he was walking again. He was up. And so I would go upstairs, and I would pick him up and rock him a little bit. And if he looked like he was going to start falling asleep, I'd, like, put him back in his bed. He'd fall back asleep, and then he'd wake up, like, half an hour later. If he didn't look like he was going to fall asleep, I'd take him outside, bring him outside for, like, 15 or 20 minutes, let him walk around and whatever. He was so restless last night. But he didn't seem, it was weird. He didn't seem like, he was restless as far as, like, he couldn't stay down asleep. But he didn't seem, like, anxious restless. It was weird. Like, if you just saw him, he'd just kind of, like, look up at you. Just kind of like, I'm fine. He just looked awake. He was just awake. So we don't really know what that was about last night. But he seemed fine other than that. So I finally went to bed last night. I really just wanted to watch Teacup. But, like, so I watched another episode of Teacup. Now, what did I watch last night? Oh, I watched Sister Wives and I took my notes. That was before Alex went to bed. And then after that I watched From. This week's episode of From was stupid. And then after From, I watched the next episode of Teacup. And that was at like, I don't even know what time that was. But I went to bed because I had to get up this morning at 10, no later than 10, because I had to get Boo ready and stuff like that, and I had to get ready for my hair appointment. I had to leave here at 11:15 to get an Uber there, because my appointment was at 12. And so I went to bed, I think it was like 2 o'clock. I've been going to bed for me, like really early, and just like laying there for an hour. Well, every time I would fall asleep last night, like I'd be like, I'd just fallen asleep, and I would just... He got out of his bed and started walking again. I have no idea what was going on last night. So I go over and I pick him up and I like rock him a little bit. Took him out like once or twice. He didn't really seem to like want to go outside. He didn't seem like he wanted to do anything at that point. I mean, we had probably gone outside between 10 and 6. I'm not even exaggerating, probably 8 or 10 times. And so, I mean, this one time he looked at me like, what are we doing out here? I was like, we're out here because you're up is why we're out here. So he just... I don't know, he just seemed awake last night. I don't know. So hopefully with the schedule of the trazodone, like that'll start, you know, I don't know. I hope this isn't like a new thing. I said to Alex, I said, do you think it's like already built up in the system, the trazodone's not working? He goes, isn't that what you took and it didn't work for you? And I go, yeah. He goes, let's hope it's not the same thing for Boo Radley. I said, well, the first couple nights it worked really, really well for him. I go, now that we're getting it compounded into the liquid, at least we'll know that it's like in his mouth, you know, and stuff like that. It was funny because I was like reading through this like forum and people were like about pilling their dogs and stuff like that. And people were like, I always think that I get it down. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting on the couch and like a Keppra will pop out. Because a lot of people don't give, we give like now the gabapentin and the Keppra is both in liquid form and the trazodone is liquid form. The only pill that we actually pill him with is the carprofen. But a lot of times we stick it into a treat because we can give that to him during the middle of the day. So that's usually around the time that he eats. So he'll eat that in like a pill form. But like late at night, he's not like that super, like sometimes he's hungry, but we can't rely on that. So anyway, fingers crossed and lots of prayers please that he sleeps through the night. I can use it. He can use it. I know my husband can use it. Because Alex, like every time I woke up, Alex woke up because he could hear it too. And so we were just up a lot last night. And then he finally went to sleep. Like, Alex gave him his medicine at 6, because we were both up, and I was like, do you want to give it to him, or do you want me? He was like, no, I'll give it to him. So he gave him his medicine at 6, and then put him back in his bed, and he walked around for a little bit, and then I finally, like, looked at the clock, and it was, like, 6:30, and he was like, because he's right underneath the clock, you know, beneath the fan, and he was, like, his head, like, over his bed. He was out. And then when I got up at, like, I think I got up, finally, my last snooze was, like, 10:15, and he was still out. He had moved a little bit in his bed, but he was still out. And then, yeah, he went back to sleep when I had gone back to sleep like 10 minutes before I left. Woke up a little bit, took him out, and then he went back to sleep. And so he slept until I came home. And then when I came home, I like got him up because I was like, I don't want him sleeping all day because he'll be up at night. So I got him up and I took him outside and stuff like that. And he was kind of groggy, but he came to pretty quick today. I was kind of surprised. It's like, I never know, like, from one day to the next. I gave him 2 things of food. He ate a lot. He wasn't really messy with the food either. I was kind of surprised today. He did back into the water bowl. Little guy. It's funny because, like, I was sitting at the computer, and you could hear it when because it's, you know, like metal. So he banged into it, and then he goes, just comes trotting in the living room. He's like, you can see his footprints on the floor. Like, he, like, looks up at me like, I just walked in the water bowl. You got to go clean it up. So I go in there, and I clean it up. It's, you know. Last night, Alex was holding him. It's like, he was like, you are like a little newborn. He's just like, looking at Alex. But last night was rough. It was a lot. I was tired, and I know the little guy was tired. He had to have been exhausted. So, God, I hope tonight's easier for him and for us. But he's good. He just walks a lot. I'm hoping that the walking, like, starts slowing down a little bit. Well, the last 2 nights, well, the night before I gave him some gabapentin, but last night he, like, fell asleep. Even though it was just for half an hour, like, he hadn't been doing that. He'd been, like, walking and walking and walking. Like, last night he just, like, we picked him up and he fell asleep. That was kind of, like, weird. So, maybe it is starting getting in his system, you know? I don't know. So, Alex and I last night, we started Orange County upstairs and we finished it downstairs. And it's really, Orange County is dark this season. Like, the things they're accusing of each other of, and the things they're getting mad at, I mean, they're like really serious stuff. Like, it's kind of crossing the line with Housewives a little bit, some of it. I think Emily came out and said that if Tamra's on it next season, she's not going to do it. Because Tamra is really, it's like this ongoing fight. It was funny because Alex, it wasn't funny, but we were sitting there and Alex goes, it's really sad because this fight is between, if you watch it, I'm just going to make this real quick, but Alex was like, this fight is between Shannon and Tamra, and it's years old, and everybody else is collateral damage. And literally right after that, he hadn't watched the episode, and right after that, Gina said, they were at this big dinner in England, and she said, myself and everybody else, my neighbor just plugged in her Halloween lights. She said, she goes, Gina said, myself and everybody else is collateral damage to you guys fighting. And, because, like, Tamra brought something to her, and at first I was like, well, I would want to know, and Tamra goes, and Gina goes, they're like breaking the fourth wall in all of these seasons, like, or all these franchises, like talking about it being a show which they've never done before. And Gina said, but see, the problem is, Tamra, is like, she said, I can't trust you either. She said, because you brought it out to hurt her. And she said, but now I have to deal with it because it's out there, meaning it's out there on the show. So I have to address these allegations that are out there. And she's like, because you chose to bring it out to hurt Shannon. And she's like, so I'm collateral damage. It's really nasty this season. And then we watched House of Villains. Somebody told me that the woman's voice on House of Villains that's on the intercom is Monica Garcia from Salt Lake City, and I did not know that. I told Alex last night, and he was like, really? And I go, yeah. And then we were listening to it. He goes, I can hear it now. It is her. And I go, yeah. And then we'll find out it isn't her or something. But anyway, House of Villains is so cheesy, but I love it. Shady cheese. And then we watched Grotesquerie. And then he went upstairs and he was watching TikToks and stuff, and that's when we were like, Boo Radley was not falling asleep, and then I can't remember what I did. I talked on the phone for a little bit. I talked to Tanya for a long time. That was earlier in the evening. I talked to Tanya. Talked to Nikki. I was texting a bunch of people. Not a bunch. Like 2 people. Caroline was texting me about her trip. Maybe that's it. Mel and I were texting today. I don't think Mel and I texted last night because she was asleep already. I act like I have all these people. I literally have like 3 people in my life. All these people I was texting and having phone calls with, phone dates, all these people. All 3 people that are in my life. Oh, so then I watched last night Sister Wives. That was when Alex went upstairs. I was like, well, he's up here with you getting ready to fall asleep, because we thought he was going to fall asleep from the traps. I was like, I'm going to watch Sister Wives and take notes, because I had recorded it. Whenever I say recorded, Alex always goes, on your VCR tape? I go, no, you smart ass. So I watched Sister Wives and took notes. I actually, my video's up today on my Peter Watches TV channel. And then I turned around. And then that's when I went upstairs with Boo. And he wasn't falling asleep. And that's when we gave him, I think that was when we gave him the other quarter. So then, I came downstairs after that. I think that's when I talked to Nikki on the phone. And then I watched From. And it was really, really boring this week. And I was really over it because I was so excited to watch From. I feel like I watched something else too. Hold on a second. Creaky Halloween Door. Remember I used to say that? My mom would say that. No, I think, actually, here I can delete my Sister Wives notes. My weekly TV shows. Alex said something to me last night. I said something about us watching. I said, have we watched? He goes, I don't know, why don't you refer to your weekly? I go, oh, no. He just started laughing at me. He goes, you're the only person I know that keeps a list of weekly TV shows. Oh, somebody asked me in here. Where is the comment? Let me see. Somebody asked me about keeping a list. Where are we at on time? Let me see if I can find the comment. Somebody said, random, what's the saying you often say about borrowed time? This is from Pat. Been trying to think of it all day. The saying, and she said it's a 12-step thing. No, it's actually, I think my mom used to say it. She'd say, we're on borrowed time as it is. Meaning that, like, from the moment that you're born, you're dying, because we never know how long we're going to live. And so you're on borrowed time. It's all borrowed time. A lot of people, whenever I say this in videos, they want to, like, disagree with me and be like, well, that's not actually true. Basically what it's saying is we never know how much time we're going to have on this earth. So it's time that it's borrowed time. It's time that we were given. And so live your life to the fullest, you know, do the things that make you happiest. have people in your life that make you happiest. Don't do the things you don't want to do. Don't waste your time, because we're on borrowed time. And so it's precious time is basically what my mom would say. She'd say we're on borrowed time, like, you know. The other thing my mom would say is, but they're also recovery sayings as well, don't borrow trouble. And don't borrow trouble means, the battery stopped. I can't believe I'm at 30 minutes already. Don't borrow trouble means like worrying about something that may never happen or that hasn't happened yet. Like, don't, and like that's one of the things. And the other thing I love that Tanya always says is don't dial up pain. What she means by that is, Sister Wives actually a good example of this. Like in the past, I would have had like friendships with people that were like real toxic to me or hurt me or whatever. And I would like call them, somebody get a delivery? Am I getting a delivery? I don't think I have anything delivered. Dog food came to, I ordered 10 more packs of dog food because he loves that Portland dog food. And then I got sweaters, and I got this my little fireplace thing. I did that in my haul today. It doesn't look like it's coming right to my door though. But in the past, I would have you ever done this before, when like somebody's treated you horribly in your life, and like you set a boundary, you set a limit because you're not going to be treated that way, but then you miss that person, and so you're like, I really miss them, and then you call them up and you get more of the same, right? It's like people that like, I did this when I was using. I don't think I've really done it ever since I've gotten sober. I'm trying to think. Maybe once or twice since I've been sober. I did it with this one guy that I dated right after I got out of treatment, like 3 years later. That was a disaster. No, it would have been after, when was that? I can't even remember, but he was the first boyfriend I had after I got out of treatment, and then like a while later, I like thought I was going to try to make it work again, and it was just really ugly. But anyway, I've told the story before. We were like, went to go play tennis. It was in the summer, so it was either after my first boyfriend, my first major boyfriend after I got sober, or it was that summer before he and I dated. I can't remember. But he said, I'll make you a deal. Whoever wins this game gets to pick out who we're going to take home for the three-way. And I was like, what are you talking about? I thought we were getting back together as a couple. It was so weird to me. I was like, no. I walked off the court. I was like, that's not what I thought this was something else. So obviously I was wrong. You know, it's interesting because like talking about standing up for myself, there have been moments, and I always do feel very empowered in those moments. So, like that was one of them. I was like, that's not what I want. That's, okay, I mean, one fun night with somebody is not what I want. I wanted the relationship, you know? And that was a moment where I did set some boundaries. There's been moments in my life where I've been very good in that moment about standing up for myself and setting boundaries, and felt very empowered in that moment. That was actually one of them. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. We didn't want the same things. He's with somebody else now, and who were they talking? Like he's with somebody and very, very happy today. So I'm happy for him, you know? I mean, God, that was like 30 years ago. I mean, it was almost literally 30 years ago because he was like the first guy that I dated when I got out of treatment. I feel like I'm gonna have to move over to the other chair because it's starting to get dark. But this chair is so comfortable. It's so comfortable over here. But like, you know, like when you've had like a friend and like you really kind of see through their true colors. I mean, I really don't have that many people in my life. I mean, it's ridiculous how small my life is. I mean, honestly, there are days that I don't mind at all, and there are other days that I feel, this is the truth. There are days that it doesn't bother me at all, and then there are other days where it feels incredibly lonely. And I kind of waver back between the two. But do you know when you like have a friend and like they've really, really hurt your feelings and you've set like a bound, like I'm not going to be treated that way anymore or talk to you anymore. But then like down the road you miss them. And so you're like, well, I want to see what Judy Smith's up to. So you pick up the phone and you call Judy Smith, and Judy Smith gives you exactly everything on that phone call, which was the reason why you stopped hanging out or being friends with Judy Smith. Somebody's talking to my neighbor's dog, so they must be out there. That's called dialing up pain. Like, I'll call Tanya and I'll be like, you know, blah, 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 whatever. She's like, why are you dialing up pain? Why'd you do that? Like, you already know what they're going to give you. Like, why did you expect anything different? That's where I talk about, like, friends will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Like, that's a friend. And that's a friend that's standing up for you in that moment, right? Like, that's a friend that's fighting for you. What she's saying is, I love you enough to know, don't be making that phone call to somebody that's treated you like shit before, okay? Sometimes you're too forgiving. You know, like, that's something I've had to learn, is, like, sometimes I'm too forgiving. Sometimes I need to say, nah, no, you show me who you are, okay? And I don't need that in my life. Like, it's taken me many, many years and many, many heartbreaks to get to the point where I've like realized that, you know, that you're going to have some people in your life that are never going to change, that are never going to take any accountability, are never going to want to be a better person to be in your life. And what I know today is that those are not people that I want in my life at all, you know, but it takes a long time. So it took me a long time at least to realize that. So don't borrow trouble. We're on borrowed time as it is. And don't dial up pain. 3 good lessons. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and go move over in that chair because it's starting to get dark. I feel like I'm starting to get a little foggy here. Okay, I just want to see where I was at on time. So I'm gonna move to the other chair and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was literally like a 30-second break. I went inside and turned the light on. So see, I have the carriage light on up there, and then I have the inside light. So it's, I know the lighting's bad, but it still gives me some light. Oh, you know what I didn't bring? Is my lighter to light these candles. Oh well. Alex is inside. He is binge watching this new season of No More Lies. And I was like, how's Boo Radley doing? He said he's doing the same. He's doing fine. Just kind of like walking around slowly. He like poked his head out of the kitchen and looked at me. He went back in the kitchen. We're trying to think, we were thinking about tonight, like giving him his trazodone earlier. But then the problem is we want him to be able to sleep through the night. So if we give it to him like, I don't know, we're thinking about maybe giving it to him at 8, and then by like 10 he'll be really tired. But the problem is if he gets up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow I do not have to get up early because, unless I want to film a bunch of videos, which I probably do want to do tomorrow. That was like a big, like, it looked like a Sprinter van, but it sounds like my neighbor, sounds like my neighbor's grandkids are over there. But I have therapy tomorrow, but I have therapy late tomorrow. I think it's at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So if I'm going to film videos, I'm going to have to film them earlier. Tanya and I also talked about going to the meeting tomorrow night. So we don't have therapy. I mean, I have therapy, individual therapy, but we don't have couples therapy. So Alex would have to come home and then take me over there afterwards, or take me over there to go to the meeting. But I kind of want to get out of the house, and I do want to go to a meeting, so I'm thinking about doing that tomorrow night. We'll have to see. I got to talk to Tanya tonight and see what her schedule might have completely changed. She'll be like, yeah, tomorrow won't work for me. So we're going to have to see. I feel like there's some, I don't know what to do with this tripod when I sit over here. I guess they have their grandkids today, and their grandkids are leaving. What was I saying? So yeah, so last night I wanted to watch. I was actually kind of happy when I went to bed last night because I was like, I feel like I'm on an angle or something. I really wanted to like binge watch the whole season of Teacup last night. I'd watched the first episode the night before, so I was like, okay, last night my plan was like sit there, have a cup of coffee, and binge watch. I think by the time I watched Teacup, I had made my sleep tea by Twinings. I will tell you this right now, if you're looking for a sleepy tea, I drank that Celestial Seasoning Sleepy Time tea for years, and I thought it was good. Like, it would help me relax, and, you know, I felt like it worked better for me than some of the other things. That Twinings sleep tea, I got it on Amazon. It was a huge box. I don't think it was too expensive, but it's Twinings, and it's just called Sleep. They have an extra strength, but I didn't get that. It's just the basic one. I've noticed with, like, the extra strength sleepy teas, they don't really work for me. So I got it. I will tell you, I love the flavor. The flavor is kind of like a chamomile a little bit. I love the flavor, but I feel like it works. Maybe it's just because I'm so exhausted because I'm not taking naps and stuff. But I feel like it works so much better. I was like looking at that wreath. I was like, it looks like it's about to pop out a little bit. But anyway, I think that Twinings Sleep works so much better than the Sleepy Time tea. So if you're looking for like a sleep tea, I would definitely recommend that Twinings tea. So anyway, you know what I wonder if I do out here is if I keep the inside light on and not the overhead light. Because it's giving a very yellow cast. Alex bought actually white light bulbs for that. Did I tell you guys this story? He bought white light bulbs for that, which I liked how it looked, like the clear ones, you know. But if I show you, it's going to look like the middle of the day in my neighborhood. I'll wait till it gets a little bit darker to show you. But like all the lights down here, they're all, you have to have yellow lights per the HOA. What was somebody telling us about the HOA? Who was telling me about the HOA the other day? Where were we? Where did Alex and I go together? Oh, it was one of our friends. It's a server at Patashu. And we were talking to her. And what did she say about the HOA? It was so funny. She was like, no, the HOA wouldn't let me do something. And I was like, do you live in a condo association? And she was like, because a condo says, whenever I talk about HOAs, homeowners association, I think there's some people out there that get confused. Because like my cousin Caroline lives like in a neighborhood with a house. They have an HOA as well, but they pay an annual fee. When you live in a condo neighborhood, I think this is, where I live, this is the difference. I don't know where other people live. A condo HOA, homeowners association fee, you pay monthly. And the monthly HOA fees, they do like the landscaping, the pool, like they do everything. Who just texted me? Nikki just texted me. They do like the landscaping, they do everything. It includes the water, trash removal. When you live in like a neighborhood, like a home, like a neighbor, like homeowner, like Caroline does, you pay annually, and it's like it's really cheap. It's not that much, and like hers covers like pool maintenance. But Caroline would tell you if she was sitting here right now, she'd be like, "Yeah, our pool needs a lot of stuff done to it, and nobody wants to donate the money to the HOA. So you know, we need all new furniture and whatever." But like they don't pay for like the landscaping or any of that kind of stuff. So that's all separate. What did Nikki text me? Let's see what she texted me. Obladi, oblada. Do you see how loud my husband has that TV on inside? Oh, she was asking me how Boo's doing today. He's doing good. I'm gonna tell her I'm vlogging right now. So last night I was drinking that tea because I drank some coffee while I was watching Sister Wives. I was drinking that. That is like a big Sprinter van. Wonder why they're driving that. She texts me. She is one of the fastest texters. Tanya Jean, I love her. She's one of the slowest texters. They do have like a Sprinter van. For 3 kids, you need a Sprinter van? I kind of live. It's like this big Sprinter van. She said hi. Nikki said hi, vlog. So I drank a cup of coffee while I was do you guys hear that music in there? It cracks me up because he usually listens to like AirPods, or he like has it turned down. It's kind of cracks me up that he has it so loud that I can hear it out here. But anyway, I wonder if he's like listening to music or something. Oh, I bet I know what he's doing. He's turning it up, so he's tagging that song is what he's doing. He tags a lot of songs from TV shows. So I made a cup of that sleep tea, and then I watched... Oh, no. I made a cup of sleep tea. I drank a cup of coffee while I was watching Sister Wives. I made the sleep tea while I was watching From, and I was so bored of it. It was so boring, and I was folding laundry while I was doing that. I was going up and down the stairs when it was done. And then I watched... The teacup, each episode's only 30 minutes. So I watched the second episode. It's so weird. Somebody said on my vlog, they said they got to the 3rd or 4th episode and then they couldn't do it anymore. It was like so weird. They just got bored with it. And then somebody else said it was so weird because it was like 2 completely different. This is where you can't, like, everybody likes different TV shows and movies, whatever. Somebody said on the vlog last night, they said, or the night before, I got to like the 3rd or 4th episode and it just got too weird for me. I couldn't do it. Nikki started watching it. She was confused right from the get-go. She was like, I have no clue what's going on. And then somebody else commented and said, I didn't like it until I got to the 3rd or 4th episode. Then I like loved it and couldn't stop watching it. So, I made the cup of tea and watched From, and then I watched the second episode of Teacup. And by then, I was like, it was almost like, I think it was like 2 or, I don't know, it was around 2 o'clock. And I was like, you need to just close the iPad down and go to bed. He was actually asleep at that point. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go to sleep. So I took my contacts out, got into bed. I was like, I lay there for a little bit, and I'm just kind of like, sometimes I play a game of solitaire, which is so weird because forever, I would like never get on my phone in bed. But I've actually been falling asleep, like, sometimes, even if I play a game, like, it doesn't, like, seem like it keeps me up. Because I'm going to bed earlier, and so, like, when I go to bed, I'm, like, still kind of awake. And so I lay there. It's very cozy for me to just, like, because once I have my contacts out, like, I can see my phone. Like, up close, I don't need my reading glasses. And so I'll just stay there, and I'll play, like, a game of solitaire, and then I'll go to bed. Well, when I, like, took my contacts out, and I was coming to bed, I was, like, laying there. I think, like, Boo Rowley got up, like, right after that. I don't know. But it was, like, then I put my clothes back on, took him outside. That was when he looked at me, like, what are we doing out here? But then it was just constant all night long, and so I didn't really get any sleep last night at all. Not really until Alex left for work did I really, like, Boo Rowley fell asleep about 6:30, and then I kind of fell asleep right around then. Then Alex he left for work, like 15 minutes later, gave me a kiss, and then, like, I slept until I had to get up to go to my hair appointment today, which was fun. Actually, one of our friends, the couple that we went out to dinner with, there's my neighbor getting his mail. I'm gonna give him a hard time about not watering his yard. You didn't water your yard today.
What?
You didn't water your yard today.
Playing golf.
Well, I think it's drying up.
Yeah.
You're
I'm gonna have to get you over here.
No. Your golf game's coming in the way of your landscaping.
I know. It's been 2 weeks now. I think I'm about done.
With golfing?
No, with watering.
Oh, why? Hey, do you know why they didn't mow today?
Well, maybe you just thought maybe it wasn't.
Long enough or something?
Yeah.
I like the leaves in the yard. He's like looking down the mailbox.
You're in the wrong chair, you know?
Well, the light. I have to have the light for my camera.
Okay.
You want to come over and make a starring role?
Yeah, there you go.
Tell your lady I said hi. Counting down the days to the pool. What was I gonna say? Now I totally forgot. Okay, so the couple that we went to dinner with earlier this summer, like we've been friends with them ever since we started dating, and they've been together the whole time. Now they have four kids, like ages like 4 to 10, and so our other friend, so who we go get our hair done is like one of our friends, and so she's like a men's stylist. This is, I'm afraid that this is gonna like catch the vlog in the background if you can like hear the TV. So I'm gonna go inside and ask him just to turn it down really quick. So I will be right back. He's like, I can't ever tell how loud it is because I always listen with my AirPods on. He goes, is it really that loud? I go, I can hear it on the front porch. He goes, I didn't realize it was that loud. And I was like, it's not really that big of a deal. The problem is like sometimes when like music and stuff is in the background of a video, I think they changed this actually. Like if it's background noise, it doesn't. But back in the day, like if you could hear a song in the background or whatever and it was copywritten like music or whatever, you wouldn't get a copyright strike for it. It just wouldn't like let it play in certain countries and things like that if that like music wasn't like copywritten, whatever. I can't remember how I found that out. Oh, you know what? I did a video and I like had like a song. I was walking through like a store. I think it was actually a vlog. And I was walking through a store and people, this was years ago, and people reached out to me and they were like, I can't see your vlog tonight. And I was like, I don't know why they couldn't see my vlog. Well, when I went and looked, it's like the different things are like on there, like the restrictions, and it said, I think they've changed this since then. I think you can have like background music and stuff because it was happening to a lot of people. And it said something like restricted in certain countries because of like, it's the licensing of music in certain countries. And so like other people in other countries couldn't watch the vlog because it had that song in the background. So anyway, so yeah, so I watched Tik Tok last night, the second episode, and I was really into it. It's very weird. It's very scary and it's very weird. But then I was like, I was kind of sad. I was like, I wanted to stay up and watch more of it. But I was like, just go to bed now while you can, blah, 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 and lay down. And then I'm kind of glad I did actually go to bed because he was up and down all night long. Which hopefully that will lead to him like being really super tired tonight. He's not, it's funny because like his walking, he's not walking by here. He's walked by here like twice since I've been sitting in this chair. But he's not like walking by here as much as he had the last couple times I've sat in this chair. So I think he's kind of slowing down. So by the time that we give him his trazodone tonight, he'll probably be like really tired and ready to go to sleep. Please, please, I want to watch some shows tonight. I want the little guy to get a full night's rest. When he gets a full night rest, he does a lot better the next day too. The first night that we gave him the trazodone, I think we gave him like at 6, which was great because it took 2 hours to hit, and he slept from like 8 to 4:30, but then, or 8 to 12:30, but then he was up. We had to give him more, and so he slept and he got up the next morning and he seemed pretty alert. So we're gonna kind of see how tonight works. I think we're gonna give it to him a little bit earlier, like I said. We're gonna see how that works. Like maybe like between like 8 and 9, and if that works better, then we'll give it to him like a little bit earlier if it keeps him asleep. But the thing is, it's hard to get him back down because it takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours for it to like take effect. So if like he wakes up at like 2 or 3, it's gonna be like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we have to give him his medicine when he's half asleep at 6, if that makes sense. So, okay, but anyway, so, oh, so then I was laying in bed and I was like playing solitaire and whatever, and I was like so relaxed. So this is this is my thing. Oh, it's so funny. I think I said this in the video yesterday when somebody was like, Peter, because I was thinking about this last night when I was going to sleep, because I turned over finally and I was like, I had my head right on the end of the pillow, and somebody's like, Peter sleeps just the way that I do. But at first what I do is I like lay on my back And it's so soothing because, like, the nightlight, the blue nightlight, which has been like a miracle worker because Alex, Boo Radley can see around the floor. And so, I mean, he's like hardly ever sleeping on the bed with us anymore at all. And so he can see around the floor like when he's walking and whatever. But the nightlight is like really soothing as well. And so when I'm like laying there in bed, okay, like I turn, so we have 3 blankets on our bed. Alex only like uses one of them. No, he uses 2. So we have the gray comforter, and then on top of that, we pull up the white and black, the ghosty comforter, which will be coming off on Friday for Christmas. Maybe not Christmas stuff. We'll do some. I don't know that Alex will be like, you can do all you want to do. He's like, but I don't know if I want Christmas bedding just yet in November. So I'll have to maybe put like something kind of neutral on there in between. But then, because I'm not going to get like Thanksgiving sheets and more fall sheets. I'm not doing all that. So we'll just do something neutral in between there. And then on top of that, we have, do you guys remember the old, like I bought them at Costco. I got 2 of them. I got one that was like twin size, which Alex uses down. No, that's actually the one that I have on the bed because he didn't want the king size one there. He said it was too much because he gets hot when he sleeps at night. So I actually have the twins. It's the blanket that I had folded over in that chair. Do you remember that? That's like blue, but then it has like oranges and yellows and reds and stuff. I love that blanket so much. It's Pendleton brand, but it's like a fleece blanket. It's cheaper than like a Pendleton wool blanket. I got them at Costco. I couldn't even find them online when I looked. So I got a king size one for a bed. And then I got like, I think first I bought a twin size one, not knowing I bought a twin size one. I thought it was the only size they had or something. So I folded it over and put it on that chair. So now that one is upstairs on my side of the bed because he doesn't want the fleece blanket on the side. So I have 3 blankets. So I put them over, okay, and then like I put my hand so it's like resting on the 3 blankets inside, okay. Then I kick my left leg out, so I'm air conditioning my leg, which is what my mom used to call it when I was a kid, because if you stick one leg out of the blanket, that's called air conditioning your leg. And then the fan, I can feel it, right? And then I just like lay there and I'm so cozy and comfortable, and our pillows are fantastic too. So I did that last night. Oh, but while I was laying there, I was thinking to myself, so the final 2 episodes of Teacup come out on Halloween, and I want to come home from Caroline's and I want to watch those final 2 episodes on Thursday. We'll probably have Housewives and stuff to watch too that night, but I want to watch those, and that'll be like a perfect way to end Halloween. So last night, I was kind of like, at first I was like, I wish I'd watched more episodes, but then I was like, okay, if I watch 2 episodes, now watch tonight, I'll binge watch the other 4 episodes. But I was like, if I save 2 episodes a night, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, okay, is that it? Yeah. No. There's 8 episodes total. I think there's 6 out right now. Or maybe there's 8, I don't know. But if I watch like 2 episodes a night, then Halloween it'll be perfect because I can come up and I can watch the final 2 episodes. Or I can binge watch it all tonight and then wait till Halloween. It doesn't matter. But I was like, I'm kind of glad I savored it a little bit to watch down the road. So I'm excited about that. I do like the show. There's so many shows that I want to watch. I've watched so many shows this month, but there's so many shows that I haven't watched that I really still want to watch. So let's look and see what's on. Oh, Dragula comes on at midnight tonight. I'm living for Dragula. Last week's episode was not that great. So tonight at, oh, Only Murders in the Building too. I've got Only Murders in the Building. How many more episodes? It's his wedding, I think, is how it ends. Let's see. Only Murders in the Building. Here, it pulls right up for me. Okay. How many? There's 10 episodes total. Oh, is it the final? Yes! Oh my god, tonight at midnight comes on the finale of Only Murders in the Building. Oh, love that show so much. Okay. Oh, The Old Man, too. Where are the details? How many episodes are on season 2 so far? There's 8 episodes already? How many were in season 1? 7? Oh, the whole... Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch The Old Man, too. We'll do that in November, because I've got spooky shows I want to watch until then. I've got so many shows I want to watch. God, so many good shows to watch. All these true crime shows. What are Daughters of the Cult? I think Caroline watched that. She watches all those religious cult shows. What is coming out? There's something else I want to watch that's coming out this week. Okay. So tonight I've got Dragula at midnight, and I've got Only Murders in the Building at midnight, and then 2 episodes of Teacup. And then Lincoln Lawyer, maybe. Oh, Fanatical, I still want to watch, too. The Hulu show. I haven't watched that yet. What are the other October shows I want to watch? There's Boo Radley walking by. Walks into the bathroom and walks out. Hi, honey. Oh, there he is. Are you peeking out of the window? He was looking to see what I was doing. Okay, Sweet Pea I haven't started. Joan, Fanatical, Dr. Odyssey, Alien Abduction, that comes out on the 30th on Netflix, Matlock, and Elsbeth. I'll probably start Matlock and Elsbeth in November. I actually was looking up to see like what shows are coming out in November, and there's not like tons of shows that I want to see in November. So yeah, and then Wednesday we're not doing Cousin Fun Day, so I'll be filming videos all day long. I think I'm going to try to pre-film videos on Wednesday. On Thursday I probably won't post tons of videos. I will definitely do a vlog, but it'll probably be a shorter vlog because I want to leave here. I'm going to see what time I get up on Thursday, but I want to leave here by like 4 o'clock, probably 4:15 to get to Caroline's by like 4:30, 4:45. And then, so if I leave here at 4:15, it means I have to start getting ready at like 3:30. So I have to have everything, like the vlog can like be like uploading while I'm gone. So everything else will have to be like filmed, uploaded, and ready to post by 3:30. So Wednesday, I think, like I'm gonna do a drama video on Wednesday for Thursday. I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like a Halloween rant. I asked for questions on my Instagram about it. I'm gonna do like a Halloween rant, and then I think, well, I'm not doing weigh-in this week, so that, because I said last week in my weigh-in, I said I wasn't gonna do it this week. And then my review video, I'll probably do something for Halloween. And I'll probably do maybe a Peterisms one. I'll probably only do like 2 or 3 videos for Halloween on Thursday and pre-film them so that all I have to do is my vlog. So I'll get up and just film my vlog early. And then, you know, it's gonna be rainy on Thursday, so I can sit out here because it won't be, the sunshine won't bother me. So I'll probably film my vlog early and then get it posted and then just watch Halloween movies with Boo Radley and stuff like that on Thursday. I love Halloween so much. And then just enjoy the day with Caroline. So the only thing I'm planning on filming on Thursday is my vlog. You know what I might do is tomorrow and Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, I might like film like an extra Peterisms video tomorrow, and then like an extra, I want to do some booktube videos too. Well, that might have to wait until next week. Or Friday. Alex has got a super long meeting all day Friday, so I'll be filming videos on Friday. So I might do like an extra Peterisms video tomorrow and an extra review video tomorrow. And then like on Thursday, a TV video. And then on Thursday, do like, or Wednesday, do like a extra drama video, the rant, and an extra Peter Does Stuff video. Although I don't know what that will be. And then on Thursday, do a TV video and the vlog. That would be 6 videos I would have already, and then I'll have to do this film too. So I might do that. That was kind of my plan a while ago, was that Monday through Friday, I was going to try to like pre-film like videos for Saturday and Sunday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I would just always film between 4 and 6 videos on every channel, except for my vlog. So every day, I would have like for Saturday and Sunday, like throughout the week. I mean, it doesn't really, to be honest with you, take that much longer. It would take me like an extra hour every day, which I'm already kind of running late some days. But if I got up earlier and got my day started earlier, then I could film like an extra Peterisms video on Monday and Tuesday for Saturday and Sunday, an extra Peter Does Stuff video, and then on Saturdays and Sundays, I would just film my vlog, and then I could just film my vlog and, you know, take the day off and relax. So I'm trying, I think in November, well, starting next week, we'll do that. Maybe starting next Monday, that will be my plan, is to try to like each day film something to post on the weekend. And then I can take Saturdays and Sundays off and just kind of like, that's part of my self-care. It's just kind of like relaxing and taking care of myself and all that kind of stuff. So cheers. Cheers to plans that will never happen. I am the king of starting things and never following through with it. But you know, there's some things I have been doing good with, like Peter's Movie Club. I have followed through with that. My weight loss journey, which everybody was like, this is never going to last more than a week. I wish the people that would like, that would say those things like, oh, this is never going to last for a week, and now I'm on like week 36. It's like they can't say, oh, he has filmed every day for 36 weeks. Now then they have to say, and he hasn't lost any weight. But I filmed for 36 weeks in a row. That's something. You said I wasn't going to keep it up, but I did that. Peter's Movie Club I've kept up. The True Crime Book Club I've kept up. Peter's Book Club I've kept up. Those are 4 things I've kept up that are pretty good. Filming on most of my channels. I mean, I film on most of my channels every day. My vlog, I mean, we are now April, May, June, July, August, September, October. The end of this month will be 7 months of me filming every day on my vlog. So, I've been pretty consistent over here. Pretty productive. On all my channels. It's been fun, too. I made, like, today was fun. I did like a Q&A. Well, it wasn't really a Q&A, but I asked people for what, like, drama topics they wanted me to cover on my Peter Monn channel. And then I just kind of, like, responded to those things today on my drama channel. I'm going to do an AITA video either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm doing kind of, unless something really pops off, I'm just going to do kind of, like, light videos over there this week. And then, I did a review of some of the candy that Marissa sent me. The cookies and candy, and then I bought a candy bar. And then my Peter Does Stuff channel. Oh, I got these sweaters in the mail. And that infinite fireplace. So I showed that over my Peter Does Stuff channel. And then I did my Sister Wives. I always have so much fun doing the Peter Watches TV channel. I'm having such a blast over there. Just talking about TV shows and watching TV shows and figuring out which ones I'm going to cover. I'm having so much fun over there on that channel. And the Peterisms, I read meditations. I had a good time doing that. And, it was a very spiritual meditation today. I talked a lot about the wheelbarrow analogy that I've talked about over here. You know, like, are you in the wheelbarrow or are you not? With belief and faith, you know, in a spiritual higher power. But I try to make them so that you don't have to believe in anything, that you can make them, like, universal. And if you do, you do. And if you don't, you don't. For people that, when they watch the videos, that way they can, like, you know, get something out of it. And then I've got this list of, like, booktube videos to make, but I just, like, that's always the last one, and I'm like, by that point I'm tired. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come out here and vlog and relax with you guys in my cozy coat that I don't even need. I mean, it's not too hot, but, like, if I just, because I have just a t-shirt on underneath there, if I had just a t-shirt I'd probably be cold. So this is cozy, all cozy. Well, that should be my thumbnail. I'll never remember where I put it. I'm like 15 minutes and something, I'll never remember that. Anyway, all cozied on the front porch. All cozied down on the farm. Did I ever tell you guys the story? I'm sure I did. So Tanya at her kennel, when you, like, where her office is, so it used to be the old house, like, they used to live there. And in her office, she has these huge bay windows, right? But they open from either side. There's, like, a window in the middle, and then they open from either side. So Tanya and I, we would, like, stand at either of the windows, and we would, like, open them. And so, well, I'm trying to think of, like, a joke, some stupid joke. So, like, I go, hey, Tanya. I go out the window and I go, hey, Tanya. And she go, what's up, Pete? And I go, why 6 afraid of 7? And she go, I don't know why. And I go, 'cause 7 ain't 9. And she go, hee-haw. And I go, hee-haw. And you guys remember hee-haw back in the day when they would do that? Oh, my God. Tanya and I used to do that. And our friends would come out and they would, like, sit on the front porch, like, in front of her kennel, and they would just think it was the stupidest thing in the entire world. They would laugh their asses off so much. I can remember Tanya and I, in her driveway, I had gone out to the 10, which is this lesbian bar. Oh my God, this is so long ago. And they used to do a lot of, like, line dancing there, like the Cupid Shuffle and stuff like that. And so I can remember our friend, she would do, like, all the line dances. I'm not talking about country music line dances. I'm talking about, like, the Cupid Shuffle and all that kind of stuff, right? And so, what's the other one about? There's, like, another one like that. Anyway, they would do all the dances, but I didn't know them. And so I told Tanya one night, I was like, I want to learn these dances. And she was like, okay, let's learn them together. And so Tanya and I, like, in a gravel driveway, like, with her headlights on in her car, and we had, like, blasted out of her, because she, like, her place is kind of, like, out in the woods area. And so we had, like, blasted on, like, Cupid Shuffle, and we were like, kick and kick and kick. She and I were trying to teach each other Cupid Shuffle. It was a disaster site. Oh my God, that was so funny. Then there was one time that we were out there, and I, like, heard something, and we were standing in the driveway, and I go, and I looked, and to this day, Tanya, if she was sitting right here, she'd say, Peter can spot a coyote like nobody's business. I saw this coyote. I go, Tanya, go inside. We both, like, ran for the door. She's like, how did you see that? I was like, I don't know. And then there was another night. I was like, girl, there's a coyote right over there. She's like, go inside. We both ran inside. She's like, Peter, I don't know how you spot coyotes like that. She's like, how do you, that must be your familiar or something like that. I was like, it must be, I don't know. I can spot a coyote like nobody's business. So, it is a beautiful fall evening tonight. It is so pretty. I can't believe it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. 80! 80! Don't cry. Don't cry that it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. Don't cry. Okay, let's read some of these comments on here. The ones I didn't respond to. Patty. Hey, Patty. Patty. I have a good friend of mine. Her name's Patty, and I always say that. I always go, hey, Patty. Patty said, I am loving these longer vlogs lately. Well, you're welcome, Patty. Hey, Patty. Hassie said, have a great week, Peter and Bill. And Alex, she said, you have a great week, too. Everybody out there have a great week. Amy said, I hope that your migraine goes away soon. You know what? I really do think, thank you so much, Amy. I think it is related to the weather. Because I woke up today and my head was still hurting. It didn't really feel like a migraine, though. It kind of felt like a lingering migraine. But my head was still hurting a little bit. And then it's kind of like slowly gone away throughout the day. So, yeah, I took some Tylenol earlier, but I haven't taken any since. And then Cauliflower said, been watching the Delphi updates on Hidden True Crime. I guess that's what everybody's talking about. And Tom Webster, I don't know anything about who that is. Tom Webster's channel. I started with Reasonable Doubt, but now less so. It's Monday, and I have my fingers crossed that Kayla is getting some good news. Somebody just commented on my community tab where I said my vlog for today is taking forever. That was like from 2 weeks ago. And Rachel said, love you holding Boo like a baby. My heart and prayers are with... Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Teresa. Hey, Teresa. Said, I want to watch Found, but my daughter went to preschool with Mark Paul Gosselaar's son. So it's hard to believe Mark Paul in a role now. What was the role that he was on that TV show where Jesse ended up being a stripper in Showgirls? I watched that movie before I went out to law. I think I picked that movie for Peter's Movie Club, actually. I just saw something. It must be because I'm watching that show, because it just came up on my YouTube algorithm. It was like some interview with Mark Paul Gosselaar. So he plays Sir in Found. I don't like the second season of it at all, but the first season is great. I don't dislike the second season, but you know, like when you're watching a show and you almost kind of feel like you have to watch it, like you're so invested in it. That's kind of how I'm starting to feel. Like I'm not loving it. I just not like I love the first season. And I don't understand why they cancel some shows. Like that one show with Octavia Spencer, Murder. Truth Be Told. Oh, God, that show was so good. So good. And that one with the guy from Breaking Bad, the judge. It's on Netflix now, but it was on Showtime. I don't know why they ended that show. That show was so good, too. Oh, here's Pat. Another Pat. Not Patty. That's the random question. What's the saying? Thank you for that question. Okay. Big Adventure said, Peter, I am 37 years old and I haven't had a pop since I was 11. What? Oh my God, you're probably so healthy. So I can't get on the fountain pop bandwagon, but I do have a low-key obsession with iced coffee. I have a low-key obsession with iced coffee too. So let's cheers to you and I, to our iced coffee, and anybody else that's drinking iced coffee out there. I don't have a low-key obsession. I have a huge obsession. Elise said, Peter, I hope you do a video on the new Netflix documentary about the Zodiac. I really enjoyed it. The family they interview makes it so worth watching. I talked all about it yesterday in my vlog. Oh, you're not there yet. You're not where I talked all about it yet. Elise, she's watched the vlog forever. Hey girl, how are you? Well, I hope I don't ruin it for you when you watch what I had to say yesterday. But I'm going to do a video about it sometime this week. The family they interview makes it so worth watching. It's very interesting. P.S. I really love fall wreath. It's perfect now. Ah, you're so sweet. I agree it is. Thank you. Elise is like, she OG over here on the vlog. Somebody said, class of 06, and we had to read To Kill a Mockingbird in freshman year, I believe. I feel like for us, maybe it was freshman year, but I thought it was like 7th or 8th grade. Maybe I'm wrong. Hassie said, Boo going to Grandma's house. Well, he was. And she was, oh, the camera just went to the halfway mark. You know what? I thought I brought another battery out here with me. Did I go inside and get another battery? What did I do? Why did I go inside? Now I don't even remember. Oh, to ask him to turn that down. I thought I brought another battery out here with me. Because I was like, I'm coming prepared today. I must not have. It's probably sitting on there on the kitchen counter. He was going to go to his grandma's house, and his grandma was excited to see him. Grandma, abuela. But he's not going to see her today. Cauliflower said, my favorite part of a Peter Monn vlog is when he poses for a thumbnail, and you get to see if he remembers to use it. Today was a success. It was a success. Oh, that was the one where I was walking. It was 15 minutes. I got to remember the 15-minute mark. But I don't remember what I was going to call it. See, that's the problem. I don't ever remember what I'm going to call it. And my vlogs are so long that I'm like, What did I say I was going to call it? I don't know. She do. She do. I'm going to call it she do. Hassie said, this is 2 hours ago. Y'all are up on it. Peter, I hope you feel better. Please do your blood work. You're a great dad, but you need rest. Please take care of yourself. That is the plan this week, to get all that done. Who's... 3 minutes ago, Gladys said, me and my daughters say, don't cry all the time now. I live for that. Go watch my my drama video today. Oh, Patty, that was from 7 minutes ago. She said, I am loving these long vlogs. I'm going to comment. I'm going to say, hey, Patty. And then Patty will know what I'm commenting about, and everybody else will too. Everybody go over to Patty's comment where she said, I'm loving these longer vlogs late. Let's go. Oh, the battery is dying. I'm going to go get another battery. But we're going to, maybe if I remember to do this, which I probably won't after today, we're going to start picking one person and give some shout out to love. Okay, I'm back. Sure enough, the battery, well, this is the hot battery. The battery is sitting right on the kitchen counter where I put it out to come out prepared, but then I didn't. But like I was saying, don't cry. That's what I'm going to call this vlog, don't cry. Don't cry. Is that what I said I was going to call it? I don't remember. But anyway, don't cry. I got to remember that. Okay, I don't know how I could forget it. But we're going to start, if I remember this, which I probably won't. But when I do remember it, we're going to pick somebody and go give them a shout out. Okay? So today, everybody's going to go give Patty a shout out. And say, hey, Patty. I put a blue heart, too. Hey, Patty. Okay. She'll be like, what just happened? I don't understand why all these people are commenting on my comment. Okay, well, thank you, Hassie, for that. She said, Peter, I hope you feel better. Please do your blood work. You're a great dad, but you need rest. Please take care of yourself. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Vic said, all my love and well wishes for Boo Bradley. All will be great really soon. She said, I just know it. I appreciate that, Vic. Thank you. Vic wins the award for commenting the most on any of my channels across the board. On all of them. On all of my channels across the board. You are so good. You are so good for commenting. And watching all my videos. I appreciate it. I mean, like, I say that a lot. I don't think people really get it. But, like, just watching my videos means the world to me. I really, really appreciate it, you know? And so, like, when I see people, like, I mean, like, Elise. Like, I've known Elise's comment on my vlog for years and years and years. Vic has been watching all the old... I think she's probably caught up by now. But anyway... Gab said, I can't get over how clear that water is. Every pond, I think it's a pond, LOL, in Texas, is brown. Well, they're not ponds. The HOA made that very clear, they're lakes. But Gabs, you're right, they're ponds. They're totally ponds, but they're not supposed to, they're lakes. Jenna said, Jenna Marbles? Oh my god, I talked about her today too. She said 4 hours ago, I always start off the mornings listening to your vlogs while I'm driving. Aw, her son to therapy. Oh, you are so... Oh, I love when people share stuff. You chasing your dream to start YouTube has inspired me to start chasing my dream to make my cakes for a living. I'm located in Las Vegas, and whenever you and Alex are out here next, I would love to give you guys a complimentary cake of your choice. Oh my god, I love that so much, Jenna. You are so... Girl, I'll be taking you up on that. You know I love cake. I do. Christy said, Peter, you need to plant mums in your walkway garden bed with crying emoji. You trying to get in, girl. I see you, Christy. I see you, Christy. She tried to get in. Because she knows. She knows. I ain't going to do that. Okay. Pamela. Hey, Pamela. She said, love teacup. It gets weirder, but it's good. See, this. I think she's the one that said it. It was so funny because the comments were like back to back, whoever said it. Alejandra said, no, for real, talking about the Zodiac murder. She said, the documentary could be 1 hour. I don't think that doing 3 episodes was necessary, but it wasn't bad, as she said. Where were the 2 comments? Okay, wait. Megan said, I started Teacup and the first 2 episodes were so boring, but after the 2nd episode, I'm hooked. Which was totally different than the other comment. Oh, this is a different Christy. Christy said, hi, Peter. I just recently have gotten into true crime, so I didn't know anything about the Zodiac Killer. I watched a new documentary, and then right afterwards, I watched the movie. The movie's pretty good. I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, it is a really interesting case if you don't know anything about it. Call me in 5 years when you've watched everything about it and tell me, you know what I mean? It is really interesting for the first, you know, when you've introduced to it. There are a couple things in the movie that weren't in the documentary. Thank you for the vlog. I just watched Sister Wives, and I can't wait for your reaction video. Oh, hey, Christy. Christy's commented for a long time, too. Stacy said sleep is a tough thing. You can only do what you can, and sometimes sleep comes and sometimes it doesn't. I have had bout of insomnia that I couldn't do anything about, couldn't do nothing about. I am also a light sleeper when it comes to my kids. You can't really change that part of your brain that stays alert to Boo and his needs. I appreciate that, because I think some people just don't get it, you know? I'm doing the best that I can, you know, to sleep when I can, but it's like I wish I could just turn it off, but I can't, you know? Oh, here it is. The Prissy Kitty said, I was looking for this comment. I think this is why I got into the comments. Peter, is there any way that you could possibly write down a list of the movies and series that you watch and put it up so that you can give us a chance to screenshot it so that I can watch all of them? I try to keep up with everything that you watch because I love your taste in movies and in series. Thank you so much. Continue prayers for Boo Radley. And then Stacy said, I would love this too. And then Prissy Kitty responded and said, I hope he sees this. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, that's real easy for me to do because I keep a list of everything. What do you want? Like a list of what I'm currently watching? A list of what I'm currently watching? A list of like the shows? Because going into October, I did the video on my Peter Watches TV channel about all the October shows I'm going to watch. So that would be a good place to catch it. But are you wanting me like a list of like all the shows I'm currently watching? All the shows I've ever watched for 2024. I mean, the list is like 130 or something like now. All the true crime. I mean, I can do whatever you guys want me to do. Also, let me know where you want me to put it. Do you want me to put it on my Instagram? I'm not going to put it as a post. I'll put it as an Instagram story and let you guys know when it's up there. Do you want me to put it on my community tab? I don't really want to put it on my community tab. But let me know like where you want me to do that. I could do it like in the description box on a vlog one day. But wherever. Yeah, I'd be more than willing to do that. Let me know. I love when people watch shows that I watch because then I can talk about them and people know what I'm talking about. Oh shit, she said what her name was. Lauren? I think it's Lauren. Said, I used to live in Florida and would often joke that we got 4 seasons. Summer, hurricane season, not summer, and love bugs season. I told you I was going to forget your name as soon as you said that the other day. Now I can't remember what you said your name. Lauren? If you say it again, I'll never forget it. So if you comment again and say, yes, you were right, it was Lauren, or no, it's Linda. It's not Linda. Laura? It's not Laura. It's Lauren? I think it's Lauren. She said, yeah, I got a shout out. It's all good if you don't remember, but I want to remember. I do. Brittany said, I watched Don't Move this weekend and it was very meh. I agree. All these people are talking about how great it was. Really? Really? Did you ever see Showgirls? Notoriously horrible movie. Her being unable to communicate most of the movie made it a drag. I mean, that was like the purpose of the movie. But I 100% agree with you. I was bored with it. Mayor said, love that you ended on my comment. I'm catching up on vlogs today as I work on making dogs pretty in my salon. I hope Mayor has taken care of so many senior dogs through the years, and she has been so kind in reaching out to me and giving me so much love and so much support. Alex must be in the kitchen, the light just went on. So much love and so much support with Boo Radley and kind of giving us a lot of direction, as have so many of you, and I really, really appreciate it. And since Mayor loved that I ended the vlog with her last night, I'm going to end the vlog with Mayor tonight as well. So I hope that you guys, bye Mayor! I hope your dogs all look pretty in the salon. And thank you guys so much for, if you guys see Mayor's comment on my vlog, by the way, she also has a YouTube channel and she does like beauty looks and Halloween looks and all kinds of stuff. So I keep on meaning to shout it out. So I'll probably do that one of the videos that I make this week. She has really fun videos. She puts a lot of time and effort into her makeup videos. So go check out Mare. You'll go see her comments. Nightmare Bliss. I think it's Nightmare Bliss. Actually, I could just go in here and look really quick. But yeah, it's Nightmare Bliss. You can go look at it on my, now I don't want to say that and then it's not it. Did I go out of the comments already? Damn it, Janet, why can't we have nice things? Oh no, it's right here. Nightmare Bliss. You guys can go check it out. It's in the comment section. It'll take you right to her channel. What was I gonna say? I think she just got a shout out from one of the Welch brothers, she said. So anyway, but she's been so sweet and messaging me so much about like support, and so many of you guys have. So many of you guys have shared stuff with me about your dogs, senior dogs, puppies that have gone through very similar things as Boo Radley, and given me just a lot of support and just saying, hey, it's like an adjustment period, okay? We went through the same thing. Our dog paced, or our dog did this, or a lot of people will share stories that it's not just the pacing, but something completely different. It was just getting used to the meds, or you just got to give it time, don't give up hope, things like that. So many of you guys have been really, really sweet. So many of you guys have said, you know, I mean, so many people have reached out and said, do everything that you can to take care of Boo Radley. Continue to listen to your vet, and when you know it's time, you'll know it's time. And we know that. Alex and I mean, he's 15 now, you know, and we know that when it's time, we'll know it's time, and our vet will let us know, and we'll know. We'll know anyway, you know what I mean? And it's sad. And that day may be coming sooner rather than later. I hope not, you know, but even just you guys saying that, like, how hard it's been, and you guys walked, you know, through that, and, I mean, we've gone through it with 2 other dogs, but that you guys, like, just sharing that with me, just you guys sharing your human experience of what you've gone through as pet owners, and, you know, your children as pets, and things like that, and, you know, like, you guys having, you know, pets as children or whatever, and sharing, you know, like, how difficult it was, and whatever, and just the encouragement and the support and the love has been so much. It's gotten me through the last month, and I really appreciate it. I mean, it's been a month now of this, over a month. So I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Monday. It's Halloween week! I can't believe it. Halloween, 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 Halloween. It's Halloween week, so I hope you're having a magically amazing Monday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Hey, Patty!